Hello everyone, today we're going to be replacing the tire on the Baja Warrior. We're going to be replacing the rear one because that's the one that when you burn out and do stuff with that, it really wears on the back tire. So mine's completely flat. I wore it to the ground. And I got this new tire right here that I'm going to replace it with that I bought off Amazon for about 50 bucks. And there's a link in the description if you want to find it. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we gotta get this brick underneath here and lift this onto the brick. And that is that. So yeah, get it propped up there. So just make sure that the tire's lifted off the ground so you can spin it. It's rubbing against the brick right now, but you can mess around with that. So that's the first thing you need to do. To start off by getting the tire off, we're going to be using a 19 millimeter Allen wrench thingy. And as always, lefty loosey, and we're going to crank this thing off. We're going to do that to both sides. And that's going to be the thing that holds the main axle. This thing right here, this little thing, that's a peg that I put on. So you can take that off if you have one on. But it's not something that usually comes on. It fits how I put it on, so you can crank it off. But yeah, so I'll do that. So both of these are connected to each other. So when you press this down, you see how it's going. This is the wrong way, but this is tightening it. But if we're loosening it, it's not gonna loosen because on the other side, the nut's spinning. So I'm gonna have to get another 19 millimeter and put that to lefty loosey. So like that. So we're just gonna use this and we're just gonna do that, just loosen it. It should come off pretty easily, just like that. And you see it comes off like that. There's a little indent, as you can see, it lifts up. You want the little part lifted down like this. I'll show it to you when we're putting it back together. But yeah, so we're gonna do that to both sides and get this tire off. So we have these both loosened, and this is one big long nut. So we're gonna pull this out. You should just be able to either twist it or just wiggle it out, and it comes out like this. Oh yeah, beautiful. So we got there out. This is what it looks like. That's your axle. Okay, so to get this off, I'm just using a little Allen, this wrench right here, and I'm just twisting it like this. And this really needs to be in it because otherwise it'll just keep on spinning. And that was happening when I was just trying to do it. It was just twisting up everything. So I'm going to be using an 8 millimeter one of these with one of these. And 8 millimeters is really small. 8 millimeters is really small. So you're most likely going to need an adapter to get it on there, just like that. And then here, and then remember lefty loosey, and we'll just get this right off. So, okay, so now that we got the guard off, we're gonna get the tire off. The way the brick is right now, I had to move it just a touch. So the last thing that we're gonna need to do is we're gonna have to get this little thing off. This is just holding the brake pad in. So we just twist that in, push that little pin out, and then I'm gonna go grab my 1/2 inch and put it right on there. And it fits a perfect fit, so there we go. So there we go, we got the tire out. And you see, look at how bald this is. So now we're gonna use this crowbar right here, and we're just gonna shove it in there and work it out. And this is gonna take a while, so yep. So I've been working on it for a while, and see it's starting to come off. And the inside, so there's some green stuff in there. That's the stuff that seals it shut because there's no inner tube. And there we go. Okay, so I got the tire off. Now it's time to get the new one on. Okay, so something I realized when I was putting this on is that when you have this like that, See the gears to that. You want the tread to be going the right way. So the gears are right there, like that, and there's the tire. You want it to look like that. You want the pattern to look like this. So when it's going forward, it's going like that. So let's just test this out. So it's going forward. Okay, so the tire's on, and that took a long time. So now I'm just gonna use a ratchet, and I'm gonna ratchet this bad boy on. Okay, so the tire's on the rim now, and now I'm just gonna ratchet it so we can put air in it. Now, the amount that we want to put in here is about half. So just put that around there, like that. Like so, actually. So we got the glue and all that, and now we're ready to fill it up. And while we're filling it up, it might make these little pop noises. Like that. Oh yeah, that was... Double check to make sure that's good, and there we go. We got our tire all together. Okay, so now we got the tire in there, and you see this is the little axle. So we have these two spacers I forgot to put in there. I'm gonna put in there. The big one goes on this side where the brake is. The little one goes on the chain side, on the outside. So okay, so we got the tire on, and now we're just gonna tighten this so the chain is tight. So we're just gonna tighten this. Here. Nope. I don't have the nut on. You can, you don't wanna have the nut on right now, because if you do have it on, it could, well, you want it on just a little bit. So we're gonna put that on. Can't really see from there. So we're gonna, but we don't want it too tight that it can't move the tire. Because yeah, there's nothing more irritating than your chain falling off. So if you have this, you don't want to get like too tight. Okay, so now you tighten up with this, and you just tighten that until it's mediumly tight, what I already did. And now we're gonna work on the brake pad. And one of the things, I'm holding this little thing back here, and that's stopping it from like twisting up really bad. And you can just tell by feeling. So okay, so right now we have a little problem. As you see, the tire should keep on spinning as long as it can. It shouldn't just stop once you go off the accelerator. So we're just gonna loosen. So I just loosened the nut, and now let's see. You wasted my whole Saturday.